Hello there, and welcome to Skincare Sunday. Today we're talking about and making some rinses. First of all, I guess we should talk about what a rinse is. And honestly, it's exactly what it sounds like. It is something in water that you put on your skin and then go on about your day. Unlike salves and creams and lotions and balms, it isn't something that's going to go deeply into your skin. It's something that's more for the surface. And we are going to make 3 of those today. The first one we're going to make is one that is for regrowing hair. So I don't really love talking about this, but I'm sure that you noticed that the top of my head the hair on the top of my head is really thin. I camouflage it with a side part and do things so you can't see it too much, but the hair there is really thin. And it's annoying. It causes some problems because I also have oily hair. So thin plus oily means if I wash my hair in the morning, it looks oily by the end of the night, which is very impractical. And so I wanted something to help my hair to grow better and to make more hair grow. And so the first rinse is for that. And if you're wondering why I'm looking at a rinse, the answer is, again, I have very oily hair. So when I tried the treatments that were recommended to me by friends, they were all oil-based. Castor oil on your hair will help your hair grow. I'm sure that is absolutely true, but it took me 3 washes to get enough of it out of my hair that my hair didn't look dirty when I got out of the shower. So that was not workable for me. And different scalp balms and things like that did the same thing. They were a little more workable. The ones without castor oil, they rinsed out a lot easier. I usually only had to wash twice, but I really wanted something that wasn't so oily. So we are trying a rinse. And we're going to try it as a spritz, actually. So what I'll do is we'll make this, and then I will put it in my refrigerator because these keep best when they're cold, like any tea, basically. And so I am going to put some in here. I'm going to spray it on the top of my head, probably a couple times per day, and I'll let you know how it goes. Hopefully it works and makes an amazing product that I will be able to sell. And then I'm going to make 2 different formulas for anti-itch spritzes. And these will be for my husband, and if they succeed, they will be for my cousin's daughter. And my husband needs it because he has dry psoriasis, and his psoriasis is much worse because he scratches it so much because it itches so badly. So I'm making 2 different formulas, and one is marked, it's going to be marked on the bottle left leg. One is going to be marked right leg, so that he can try those and tell me what he thinks. And if they work, they will be marketed not only for psoriasis and general itching, but also for people who have eczema. Because sometimes, this is something new that I learned from the School of Hard Knocks, actually, for my cousin's daughter. Sometimes eczema, when you treat it with lotions and creams and balms, you can actually make conditions where your skin is too moist, and then bacteria and infections grow. And this actually happened to my cousin's daughter. So any products that I make for her also need to be based in water, not in oil, because she does not need any more oil-based products on her skin that are causing all these problems. Instead, what I'm trying to make for her is one of these itch sprays, which I'll probably put glitter in or something and tell her they're magic. Because she's 4, like you have to market it, pink bottle, sparkles, tell her it's magic, the things. Anyway, so I've got water on the stove that was boiling, And now we're going to start mixing the herbs. So first we're going to make the rinse for hair growth. And that takes sage, rosemary, and nettle. And all three of those are supposed to promote hair growth. So I've got this empty pickle jar. It's been washed multiple times. And this one is bigger because this is not actually just for me. My friend is going to try it as well. And I may see if my mother-in-law wants to try it. So I'm just going to try and put equal amounts. I'm going to put all of the sage that I have in this just because I didn't have a whole lot that grew last year. And then I'm going to try and put equal amounts of rosemary and nettle in there. So these are herbs I'm only using for test runs, and I'm only using them for my family. So please know that going in, I don't usually touch anything that I'm going to sell will not be touched in this way. So we've got nettle, about this much. We're going to, it's such a weird texture. It doesn't really grind up very easily in your hand. But we've got that in here. And then rosemary, I actually had to buy some to make these products. I won't be buying them for anything that I sell, but for the ones I'm testing, we can do that. And so we're gonna pour some rosemary in here, about an equal amount, give or take. So those are all in there together. I shook them just to mix them up a little better. Since the nettle was not, since the nettle didn't crumble as much, I think actually I probably need to put more in there. So let's get that out. Again, these are for family use, as are the herbs that I gathered last year. The ones that I'll be using for my business this year, I will be gathering them this year. And there are all kinds of things you have to do. There are all kinds of things that you have to do when you're using herbs for business. There are logs and things like that. So anyway, that is in here. So this is the first one. Next, we're going to do one of the mixes for itching. So this one is chamomile, which I have chamomile left over from last year. I'm going to do a little more than that. So chamomile, then nettle again. Oh wow, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's okay. We need it for the third recipe too. So actually, let's open that. We're going to put half in the third and half in the second. Okay. And then we need mint, which I've got mint here from my garden. So we're going to put this in. Mint is cooling and makes you feel like it's active. So I think that's going to be a cool mix. So this is nettle, chamomile, and mint. So I need to put my lid on that. Oh, the lids are all getting mixed up here. Again, all of these products are not going to be used in my shop. These are for my fun experiments, which my family and my friends get to enjoy. All right, so I've got a sticker for this that says nettle, chamomile, and mint. Gonna put that on the top for now. And then our last one, we already got the nettle in, and it is comfrey and chickweed. So I foraged a lot of chickweed last year, so we are going to be doing a lot of different things. Oh my gosh, I got it all over me. See, things like this are why I swear so much. Anyway, let's see. So this is the chickweed lid. Put that back on. Then we need the comfrey. So comfrey is here. This year I'll have my own to make things out of. Very excited. Last year I had to buy them from a lady at a farmer's market, which was still fabulous. I mean, I'm very glad I was able to, but I pride my business on only having herbs that I grow or forage myself. So I wouldn't have been able to make anything with comfrey if I hadn't been able to get comfrey to grow. So, okay, let's clean this mess up and I will get the water. We've got our pot of distilled water. We are going to add the water first to the mix that is nettle, comfrey, and chickweed, which I forgot to put the label on the lid. So we'll do that real quick. Just gonna toss this in. There we are. We're gonna put the lid on. Let this steep about 15 minutes, give or take. Then we're gonna do that to the nettle, chamomile, and mint. And I realize that I probably should have boiled more water because I don't think that's going to be enough for the last container. The last container is huge. So let's see, it's probably enough to get it started. And we'll just add a little, we'll heat some more and add it. So go ahead and just swirl that around. Ooh, that smells nice. Sage and rosemary. Okay, now we'll heat some more water up. The water is almost boiling. We're going to add some to our giant jar. There we go. I think that's about right. I'll show it to you. That is how full we got it. Probably could put a little more water in there. If that were a tea, that would be a very strong tea. And that's basically what we're making, is we're making these into a tea that we're going to apply to our body. I set the timer for 12 more minutes and I'll be back when it's done. So the timer has gone off. We have a new jar to put our excess rinse in. We've got a tiny spritz bottle to put our main product in. It is still hot. Be careful. Oh, shoot. Okay. Do not do it this way at home. Please use appropriate heat-resistant items when doing this for yourself. Okay, so we have a giant funnel for the teeny tiny bottle. And we have a, why can I not think of what the thing is called? A strainer. Yeah, a strainer. So we're going to pour some, ooh. We're gonna get a pot holder. That's what we're gonna do. All right, we've got our funnel. We've got our strainer. And one very hot bottle of sage, rosemary, and nettle. I'm gonna have to find the pot holder. That is definitely too hot. Okay, so here we go. And I need a third spoon. Giant spoon, since this is a giant container. Ooh, and it almost filled up the jar. Crap. Good thing I didn't make any more. Yeah, this one smells really good, which I'm happy about because this one will be going on me. looks like I got the best of it out there. And all of these are gonna go in the fridge. So it's been a couple of days because life happens, but I put my concoctions into the fridge and now we're ready to put them in the spray bottle. So we're gonna start with the Nettle Chamomile Mint Mix. Move you down so you can see. So, I put that too far over. We're gonna get our little funnel. We're gonna open our little jar. Maybe. They were really hot. Some of them even made the popping sound, like when you can stuff. I was like, wow, that was easy and weird. So anyway, we're just gonna fill our little spray bottle. Ooh, filled it a little too full. That's fine. We'll make a smidge of a mess, but not too bad. Okay, and then you can even see a little bit of the herb in there floating around. We're gonna put our label on it. Labels are over here. And that one is Nettle Chamomile and Mint, which is number 1. I'm not telling my husband what's in these. I mean, he'll eventually figure it out because he'll watch the video. But I'm not even releasing that for another week. So basically when you want to use this kind of a rinse for itching, you're just gonna spray it on the area. Easy peasy. Oh, it smells so good. This is the chamomile comes out really strongly, but over time I think it's mixed more with the mint, and that is amazing. So I'm actually gonna put this in the freezer because these are, at their hearts, teas. So I'm gonna put this in the refrigerator until my husband needs it. He can take it out, spray off whatever he needs to, and then he can go on about his life, put it back in the fridge. I'm gonna put this in the freezer. So if you think of like a glass of tea that you get to drink, if you leave that glass of tea out on the table, it's gonna go bad within a day or so. But if you put it in the refrigerator, it may last like 5 days. But if you put it in the freezer, it kind of is indefinite. So that's just what we're doing. So this one's done. I'm gonna rinse this out and I'll be back. So we're doing the same thing with the Nettle Comfrey Chickweed. Let me move you down. So, same as before, but I'm going to try not to overfill it quite so much. All right, much better. And this one's ready to go. Adding the label to my husband. This is number 2. So he's trying number 1 on his left side of his body, number 2 on his right side, so he can see kind of which one is better. Now I'm gonna rinse this again. And last but not least, we're doing the hair rinse. So this is gonna be a little more challenging because it's such a big container going into a small one. There we go. So what we're gonna do with this, I'm actually going to use it today on camera. Let me move you up. So what we're gonna do with this is I'm gonna take my hair down. Actually, should not have put it up at all for this. And I'm gonna flip it back so that it doesn't always have to, get through all my hair. And then just going to spray it on, and then I'm gonna massage it into my scalp. Massage, massage, massage. Now you're gonna do that in whatever part of your head is you're having the thin hair in. So you could do it in the whole thing, but I'm really annoyed by what's on the top. If you're doing all of your hair, I would say instead of a bottle like this, you would want one that is more like a pour, a small pour, but even still, you're gonna pour really slowly and massage. Gonna do a little more. Massage. My hair looks terrible in this, but that's fine. This is how you know that I love you. because I'm doing this on camera. Anyway, so that is how a rinse works on your hair. So as always, I hope this was helpful. I'm hoping it's helpful to me, to my hair, but I hope it was also helpful to you. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. If you have not already subscribed, please consider subscribing. That will help you not miss any of my content and will help me as well, and make something wild into a potion. See you next time. So first we're going to do the rinse for hair growth. And oh shit, where's the I think I left the labels in the other room. Darn it.